Of today is going to be what they don't tell you as a new rider. I feel like I've been riding for some months now. I feel like I'm qualified to I'm still qualified as a new rider, but since I got some months experience, thousands of miles under my belt, I feel like this is an important topic that they don't tell new riders. This is something that I wish was told to me after completing everything, after my first ride and all that. I wish something like this was told to me. All right, number one, I'm gonna go over 5 topics. 5 topics. Number one, if they don't tell you how mental exhausting riding is. I kid you not, because you got to be hyper focused on everything that's around you. You got to be hyper focused about everything, you know what I'm saying? Like your eyes should be constantly scanning. You never just ride, and you have to worry about everything that's going on around you. I was already aware that you have to be constantly looking around, but say if you're riding for an hour or something, 30 minutes, I kid you not, the first week that I went riding, each time I completed a ride, I went straight to bed afterwards. Like I went straight to sleep. Like I did a 16-hour shift or something. I'm telling you, it's like extremely exhausting. I was never told as a beginner rider that it's extremely exhausting. You'll be tired. It'll test you on a whole different level, for sure. That's number one, mental exhaustion. And it's like physically demanding, like, as well. I'm gonna include that a part of the same thing. Mental exhaustion and physical demanding, because physical demanding is like after I rode, like legit my first month, man, each time I rode I felt sore, like I worked out. I felt like extremely sore in my arms, my legs, even in my neck, because you constantly head on the swivel. Like intersections is the most dangerous. We all know that. One of the most dangerous for a rider, because it's always somebody, you always want to position yourself for safety or whatnot. We all know that. At least we all should know that. Yeah, so that's number one. Number two, you always want to act like cagers do not see you. So, like, for example, these cars, like, I don't know if all y'all know, like, I have been in an accident already. I think it was my second month or month and a half, I'm not sure. Like, the person claimed to not have seen me going into the intersection. Yeah, I could have stopped. The light was turning yellow. It was yellow, and I went. And my state is I can cross on the yellow, so I went, which typically a lot of drivers do. But he claimed to not see me at all, even with my high beams on, and my loud exhaust. But hey, it's all good. It happened. It's a learning lesson, you know what I'm saying? That's what I treat everything as. Everything is a learning lesson. I remember I heard that saying that you will drop your bike one day. I ain't believe it. I ain't gonna cap. But I definitely dropped mine. Luckily, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as some other drivers be. But, you know, I still survived. I still got my health, even if the bike got destroyed. As long as I got my health. I act like cages don't see. Like, you see, I'm approaching this vehicle right now. I position myself right here, but at the same time, it's dangerous because right here, you know what I'm saying? So that's just a difficult thing, and it sucks, honestly. I personally don't understand how people can't see bikers, because every time I'm driving, I'm constantly scanning for bikers. That's something I constantly do, because I would hate to be responsible of hurting somebody. You know what I'm saying? So always ride like these people don't see you, because these people do not see you according to everything. You know what I'm saying? A little side note, I remember hills. Hills was my worst enemy when I first started riding. I was always afraid of them. I always attempted to avoid them. But now I consider myself a semi-pro, you know what I'm saying? I don't stall on hills no more. I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story at the end of it if I remember. But like number 3, I would say if you riding with somebody else, peer pressure. Because they might have years on, you know what I'm saying, and they might do things that you're not comfortable with doing. And you might try to want to impress them, or you don't want to look like a slacker. But if they cool with you, like if they cool with you, or if they a real friend, they'll just understand, you know what I'm saying? They understand peer pressure. Peer pressure is a big one. You gotta be able to put that aside, because I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I've been riding, but I still get peer pressured to do things I'm not comfortable with. Say if I'm with somebody and they riding kind of crazy, splitting at high rates of speeds and whatnot, I have been tempted to do the same. But that's where you have to just learn the balance in between riding within your skills. Like riding your own ride is a real thing. It's a real thing, and you don't want to let stuff like that affect you, because that's a dangerous thing. That will get you killed one day. You want to be as safe as possible. You know, you got people at home that may love you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't, like, I want you to get home safe. That's important to me. I hate to see riders down. I hate to see riders hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's just a dangerous game, man. This is a dangerous. People call it like they toys and whatnot. People call this they toys. But personally, I like riding just to ride. You know what I'm saying? I haven't, like the last time I drove my car, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know when the last time I drove my car. This is my daily driver. I commute on this. Like, this is all I do. This is all I love doing. I wouldn't trade this for the world, man. But peer pressure, it's a very important topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be able to have your ego in check out. I want you to be able to really care about your life when you go on these things. Because I see people doing like crazy speeds like that I would never do. You know what I'm saying? Because unless on the track or something, that's different. Or in a secluded area. I ain't gonna lie, like, I'll be lying if I say I ain't never hit the gas on this thing. I mean, hit the throttle. But the important thing is to always be safe, you know what I'm saying? You always want to be safe and make sure you don't endanger others around you. Like, splitting lanes at a very high rate of speed, like over 100, that shit is dangerous as hell, and I wouldn't recommend it. And the reason why I say I wouldn't recommend it is because you never know if somebody might come out and they might be just trying to switch lanes. It's not their fault. If you coming up at 120 splitting lanes, how you expect them to really see you? You know what I'm saying? So you always want to put yourself in a safe position. And going 120 and splitting lanes is simply not safe. You know, if people do it, you know what I'm saying? I don't blame them or nothing, but I don't recommend it because that shit is just too dangerous and it's too unsafe for me. Like, I wanna make sure I make it back. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to die on this thing. I love it. Would I keep doing it? Hell yeah, I will always do this. But like, I never want to put myself in a position where it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be is looking all the way through your turns. I remember before when I used to hear that, like, I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Look all the way through your turn. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really understand that. But shit, now I do. Because look all the way through your turn. So that means you want to turn your head in the direction wherever you're trying to turn. Like, I always, like, when I first started, I was always going to be I was a little nervous about exactly what that meant. Like, how do, like, a U-turn, like, for example, if I'm merging onto the freeway and it's a complete circle or whatever, it's a complete circle, how the hell I'm gonna look through my turn? I always had that question. But just looking through the turn to me means just turn your head as far as you can see. Yeah, you may have questions like Like, the question that I wish I had answered, it was like, when I'm looking through my turn, what if I have an obstacle in front of me? So typically what I do, it may not be the right way or whatever, but it works for me, and it never failed me, so I'm gonna continue doing it. Like, when I look all the way through my turn, I am also, my head is still turned, but I'm constantly scanning the road in front of me. That's what I do when I look through my turn, just in case it's an obstacle in front of me, so I can be able to dodge that obstacle. And then don't be taking that turn like you in MotoGP and stuff, so you can be able to prepare, because they got speed limits for the turns for a reason. I recommend, like, you obviously can get faster and faster if you ever wanted to, but I recommend get familiar with that road, and like, because obviously everybody not gonna just constantly go the speed limit, and I don't expect nobody to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? Look through your turn, boom. Turn my head, look where I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? I made it. But like, looking through your turn is very important. Like, you can scan what's in front of you, but I recommend going the speed limit for things. The speed limits are there for a reason. So constantly, like, look at the speed limit. Speed limit and approach that at that speed as best you can. You know what I'm saying? And I always downshift before turns, like before curves, especially curves that I'm not used to. I'll downshift, say if I'm in 6th gear or something, right? I'll downshift to like 3 or 4. So it's more of like a, how do I say it? Like, because say if I gotta slow down and I'm doing steady throttle or whatnot, and I'm going to speed I'm not comfortable with, I'll slow down. I'll slow down and slow down. But I don't want to stall. I don't know, I ain't never stalled on no damn turn, but like, I imagine that could be scary as hell, stalling on the turn. Say if you're not in the proper RPMs, but you're in a high gear, you know how the bike get choppy as hell? I don't, that shit's scary to me. So I do whatever I have to do to just stay safe. You know, I get in lower gears, I do what I have to do to look through that turn and whatnot. I have some bonus ones, so I'm getting like new ideas as I'm riding. Be careful with target fixation. That's kind of like correlates with, that's the 5th thing, target fixation. You got to be careful with that, because say if you going on the scenic ride, right? You gonna want to look at what's going on, but don't, by all costs, do not look at what's around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can like peek here and there, but don't, because target fixation, wherever you look, that's where the bike go. And I ain't gonna lie, I learned that the hard way when I was doing canyons one day. I was doing canyons, and I was looking at the damn thing, and I damn near went off the cliff. But it wasn't as bad as it sounds. I'm just saying, don't get stuck on target fixation. That's very dangerous. And as long as you don't stay stuck on the target, as long as you don't stay stuck on the target, you'll be solid. But one I want to add for bonus one, because I ain't gonna lie, I had this problem for a very long time. I don't know why. I had this problem like in the beginning especially. Right? So when going from first to second, I always was hitting neutral. Typically, you know, neutral finds you, you know what I'm saying? You don't find neutral. Everybody know that saying. And I definitely experienced that, you know what I'm saying? I definitely experienced that. Like before, I typically always hit neutral. Always. No matter what, like, and it happens at the most awkwardest times. And honestly, I feel like it was low-key at the times where I was mainly focused on not stalling. But since I have got used to not stalling, I haven't hit neutral in a minute. It happens from time to time, but still, it's very rare. It used to happen to me like 6 times a ride. And mind you, this is my daily commute, so that means it happened to me a lot. I recommend for not hitting neutral is make sure you click your feet all the way up. Because you know, half click is neutral, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you get a full click. And then honestly, it's embarrassing when you try to go into second gear and you sitting there hitting you over here hitting second, like neutral, and your bike do a loud rev, and then you dive it in the front. Happened to me multiple times. If I can find a clip, I'll include it in there. But it definitely happened to me a lot. But that's the bonus one for the day. You know what I'm saying? I know I said I'm gonna tell y'all the story about hills and why I didn't like them at first. But now I'm good on hills, and it's like perfect since I'm on like a little small hill and I'm gonna start. Look, this perfect about look through the turn. Look, U-turn, get that head all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me go ahead and pull over and tell you my story. Alright. Pull over and tell you my story real quick, you know what I'm saying? So the reason why I don't like hills is because, like, literally my first week with riding, this was my experience with a hill. My boy, we was riding and he didn't tell me we was gonna go to a steep ass hill. So I wasn't expecting it. I went down it. But when it was time for us to leave the area, I had to go up. So mind you, I don't even like hills in my car, right? So I was on the hill. I got all the way up to the hill. I'm like, turn green, like, turn green, like, turn green. And the light didn't turn green. So I tried to get it to the most flattest spot as I could. But unfortunately, it wasn't a flat spot. And guess what happened to me? I stalled 10 times in a row. And I started rolling back. I'm sitting there trying to catch my bike from falling. I started rolling back, and my boy just sitting there laughing at me. I hear him laughing. I'm like, I'm embarrassed as mud at this point. So me being embarrassed caused me to stall more and caused me to mess up and forgot the fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get out the way, and I couldn't get off the bike and push it out the way because each time I like just even got on one leg, I started to lose balance. And mind you, before my problem was, I never used to sit on the rear brake. I always sat on the front. And that was my problem right there. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm more experienced when it comes to hills. And tell me why. They missed the whole cycle because of me. And then the police was right there as well. So I'm like, damn. It was just bad. It was bad. You know what I'm saying? That was the most embarrassing experience I ever had in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I overcome it. You learn. The more hills you go on, the more you'll learn, and the more it'll get easier for you. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can do is just continue to practice. That's all you can do, and that's what I recommend doing. Is constantly practice, constantly work on it, and constantly get better at it. Practice your skills and practice what you do, like emergency braking, swerving. Practice all of it, you know, because one day that stuff's gonna save your life. Like, for example, if I would have practiced that more, could I have avoided the accident? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, because it was like a split-second decision. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, the best solution to happen with my accident by grabbing the front brake, because it'll avoid a head-on collision with the car. So I'm thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, I thank you guys for tuning into the video. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I also want to say. If you also want to come in tips, tricks, or just my experiences, like, I know I post quite a few, like Sundays and Wednesdays. Sundays and Wednesdays I post more, mainly vlogs. Like, it'll be a long vlog on Sunday, like an hour long, maybe 30 minutes and up, maybe 15 minutes and up. But on Wednesday, I know people busy and they work, you know what I'm saying? So Wednesdays is my shorter vlog. So if you want to catch the highlights of my longer vlogs, you can go ahead and watch it on Wednesday, where it's just like just cut up to highlights to max up to 5 minutes. So if you want to get that experience, you want to see that's what you can do. And I recently decided on Fridays gonna be like my tips and tricks. Like, for example, like last week Saturday, well, this gonna get posted like way in advance, so it's like I don't know when it's gonna get posted. I don't know when it's gonna get posted, so it get posted when it get posted. Maybe because I got videos scheduled all the way to March, February, and all that, so I don't know exactly when things are going to be posted. But when this video comes out, you'll see that Fridays is more of like my tips, tricks, things that my experiences, like the video I posted, things I love and hate about riding, and this one gonna be top 5 things they don't tell you as a beginner, you know what I'm saying? So like it's gonna be that type of vibe, you know. If you want to get advice, Fridays is where you check in at. Go ahead and subscribe and like, you know, do what y'all need. You keep a comment down below. I'll try my best to answer every single comment that I can. So, you know, just so y'all can get that experience, you know what I'm saying? I enjoy it, you know. I enjoy hearing from you guys' side and other people's side and what they experience, even what I can learn to do better, you know what I'm saying? So I'll catch y'all on the next one, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be easy, y'all be blessed.